Hi there, and thank you very much for watching this Legacy Wealth web chat. My name is Jen, the head of marketing, and joining us today in our virtual studio is our head of planning, Mr. Alex Konarski. I'm in a holiday get-up today, but Alex is still the ever consummate professional. How you doing, mate?
I'm very well, Jen. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, not too bad. So let's get into today's or this week's topic. So let's talk about tax, baby. See what I did there? I got a laugh from you, much better than Dave. Yeah. So I mean, it's one thing's for sure. Was there a saying? I can't remember who it was. That one thing's sure in terms of life is death and paying your taxes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so tax is quite a big deal. I recently posted an article on it because there was this old mentality when it came to wealth that the biggest or the greatest expense in your life would be your family home. And actually, when we look at our client book, for a lot of them, tax is actually going to be the greatest expense that they ever contribute to.
So obviously, like taxation really affects our clients, and how so, Alex?
Well, so I think one of the most important things for people to be aware of in this day and age is people are globally portable. All right, 2020, let's put that aside. Air travel isn't quite what it was, but let's look back and hopefully in the future that's going to be fixed. And so understanding the taxation regimes of the country you come from and also the country you move to can be very important. So obviously we're in Singapore, in Asia, two of the biggest hotspots for expatriates to move to and work in, at Hong Kong and Singapore. And they're source-based taxation systems, so you only pay tax on the income that you generate in that country while you're resident there. Obviously, a lot of people also flock to the Middle East, and the number of expats are growing in places like Dubai, and so the UAE is actually a zero taxation or indirect taxation regime. So you don't actually pay income tax when you're resident there. And then obviously you have countries like the UK and Australia, where a lot of expats come from, and those countries are based on residence taxation. So while you're resident in the country, you pay tax on all of the wealth that you have, all of the income that you generate, regardless of where it is. And then you have places like the US and Eritrea, where it's citizenship based, and so the taxation there works. If you're a US national, a passport holder, and you come and work in Singapore, even though you're earning and living in Singapore, you still have to report tax to the IRS in the US. So it's very important to understand how the taxation regime works and how that might affect you.
So then what can clients do about their taxes?
Yeah, so I think, when it comes to income taxation, the main thing to do is really get that understanding of how it works and how it's going to affect you. And then you can look at what potential tools might be available for you to mitigate some of that taxation if it's at all possible. But one of the issues that a lot of people come across is estate taxes, right? So you spend your whole life working hard for the income that you generate, and then you want to leave that wealth that you've accumulated to your beneficiaries, your children, grandchildren, whoever it might be. And for a lot of people, you'll suffer some form of estate tax at that point, and that can be quite a hard thing to put up with. So it's worthy of understanding how estate taxes could affect you as an individual and the wealth that you've accumulated, depending on what wealth you have and how you hold that, and trying to plan accordingly so that you can pass as much wealth as tax efficiently as you can to your loved ones when you pass.
So what it all boils down to this is all about getting the right information and also seeking the right advice and speaking to the right person, right?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that we do at Legacy Wealth and at St James's Place is try and provide that broad conceptual idea on how taxation might work and how it might affect you. But the reality is, in more complicated scenarios, you should always go and get regulated tax advice where possible.
Yeah, it's a scary thing when you always talk about tax and put it right in front of you, looking at all these figures and how much do I pay and how do I do this. So it's obviously it's great to seek professional help and to streamline everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Alex, many thanks for that. Always the expert. Always enjoyed this chat with you. And many thanks for watching this Legacy Wealth web chat. Remember, if you've got any questions for us, you can find us on our website. It's legacywealth.sg, or you can find us on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. So once again, many thanks for watching. I have been Jen. He has been Alex. We'll see you in the next Legacy Wealth web chat. Take care. Bye-bye.